Hi friends, here's a quick tutorial on how to do this super easy look. If you're interested, keep on watching. So first thing I'm going to do is take my Smashbox Studio Skin Concealer and I'm going to apply that all over my lid. Then I'm going to use a beauty blender and blend that concealer right into my eyelid. Then I'm taking the NYX Cosmetics Rust Stack and I'm going to use the first shade called Classic and I'm going to apply that shade right onto my lid. I'm using my Sephora base shadow brush to put that shadow right on top of the concealer to set it. Now using one of my Morphe M433 brushes, I'm going to just apply a little bit of highlight right onto my brow bone. Next I'm taking the shade Antique and using a fluffy sugar pill brush, I'm just going to put that shade right above my crease as a transition shade. Here I'm taking a piece of tape and I'm just going to apply it to the outer edge of my eye as a way to help guide the shape of the eyeshadow. I should have done this step before applying the Antique eyeshadow, but I totally forgot. Next, I'm going to take the shade Rubbish and using that same Morphe M433 brush, I'm going to take some of that shadow and I'm going to place it right above my crease line. And then I'm taking that same sugar pill fluffy brush and I'm just going to blend that shadow out just to make sure there's no harsh lines. I'm going to repeat this step a few times more. I like to use a little bit of product and blend that product out and just apply more just to help gradually build up the eyeshadow. Now I'm going to take the shade Rust and using that same Morphe brush, I'm going to apply the shade right into my crease line. I'm also starting to build the shape of the eyeshadow by focusing more of the shadow on the outer edge corners of my eye. Now I'm taking the Sephora smudge brush and I'm going to take Rust again and I'm going to put it more into my crease line and start to define the look. By focusing the darker shadows in the crease and on the outer edge, we're basically giving our eye more depth. Now I'm picking up my Morphe brush and I'm just going to go blend out that shadow a bit. I'm also using the sugar pill fluffy brush just to make sure it's perfectly blended out. Now I'm taking the shade Rot and I'm going to use that same smudge brush and I'm going to apply this shade right into my crease line. Going back with that Morphe brush just to make sure it's blended out nicely. Now I'm using my Sephora shadow brush and I'm just taking a little bit of highlighter and I'm putting that right onto my lid. I'm pretty happy with what my eyeshadow looks like right now, so I'm just going to take that tape off and I'm going to focus the shadows on my lower lid now. Now I'm going to take the shades Antique, Rubbish, Rust, and Rot and I'm just going to take turns blending that into my lower lash line. For a bit more precision, I'm using my MB11 Morphe brush. Now here I'm just putting a little bit of highlight into my inner eye corners. Now I'm going to go in with my favorite NYX Black Liquid Liner and I'm going to follow basically the outline of the outer edge of my eyeshadow to draw my liner. Now I'm just going to go over the eyeliner with my Maybelline gel eyeliner just to try to matte it out a bit more. Then I'm going to take my Gosh primer and I'm going to apply that right over my face I tend to break out with a lot of different primers, and this Gosh one works perfectly with my skin, and it's quite inexpensive, which is awesome. Then I'm going to take my Smashbox Studio Skin foundation, and using a beauty blender, I'm just going to apply that all over my face. And here, as I've clearly noticed, my foundation doesn't match my neck color because I'm 100 different shades. So I'm just going to make sure to apply that foundation onto my neck so it just looks more smooth and continuous. Now I'm just putting a little bit of concealer onto my cheeks, on my forehead, and onto my nose. And then I'm just going to blend that out with a beauty blender. Next, I'm taking my Kat Von D Beauty Shade and Light palette, which is one of my favorite contour palettes, and I'm going to use the top 2 light shades, and I'm just going to set my concealer. Now I'm just contouring my cheeks and applying a little bit of bronzer as well. Next, I'm taking my Morphe MB25 brush to start contouring my nose. I like to contour the bottom of my lip as well, just to give the impression of bigger lips. Now I'm taking my beauty blender and I'm just going to blend in that shadow. Here I'm applying some highlight on top of the bridge of my nose. The exposure is off a little bit so you can't tell. A little bit of highlight on the cheeks. Then I decided that I wanted the shadow underneath my eye to be a little bit more pronounced, so I'm just going in with the same eyeshadows and I'm just blending them in. Next, I'm taking my Smashbox Full Exposure Mascara and I'm going to use that on my upper lashes. And on my lower lashes, I like using this Makeup Forever Excessive Lash Mascara as it tends to stay put and it doesn't fall off onto my cheeks, which is awesome. Here I'm applying some false eyelashes. For lipstick, I'm using the NYX Cosmetics Bang Bang lipstick. And for more precision, I like using this Sugar Pill lip brush just to make sure my lips are perfectly outlined. Alright, and there you have it. This is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this tutorial. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. And thanks for watching.